for my vlog 3, I did my hour alone while we were in Aachen, Germany. So everyone else went to go buy Birkenstocks. I went off to do my hour alone. So I kind of went all over the place, I felt like. I first started off, I went to Starbucks because I wanted the mugs. So I ended up, I had a conversation, I was talking with the barista, and I was asking her about, like, where should I, if I have an hour here, what should I do, where should I go? So she suggested I go to the, the town hall center, which was right across from Starbucks. She said it was really cool, and was, telling me about, how Charlemagne made it and all this stuff. So I said, okay. So I bought my mugs, and I said I'd be back to go get a coffee. And she said, okay. So I went to City Hall, and you had to pay to get in. So I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. So then I went to the bookstore. I found a bookstore, and I went and I bought a book for my cousin who's a baby. So I bought it in German because I thought it was cool. And I ended up having a conversation with the cashier. So she actually taught me, I started talking to her about, obviously she knew I was, from America. And I was saying, how I'm getting, these books in different languages, I'm bringing them back because I think they're cool and stuff. And she thought it was a really cool idea, too. So I asked her if she could teach me just some German. There was no one behind me in line, so we just talked. So she taught me hello, for us is hallo for them. Kind of like Dutch, too. It's also hello. And Guten Tag is good day. So she's saying Guten Tag. And Guten Morgen is good morning. So I learned a little bit, of the basics, and thank you is danke. So that was nice to know, she was just a really nice woman just teaching me just the basics. I felt uncomfortable in the beginning before talking to her just because I felt like Aachen's a smaller town, so I didn't know if a lot of people would know English too well, or enough that I could, teach them some English, or they could teach me some German. But it ended up working out. So she did know English, so I don't know if I just was lucky, by meeting her, or I guess everyone there maybe knows English. So I felt uncomfortable in the beginning, but comfortable once I found out she spoke English. So then after that, I went back to Starbucks to meet my friend Angie, who's the barista. So with Angie, she taught me how to order my coffee in German. So it goes, Ich hat Gernain, or I don't know, Ich hat Gernain caramel macchiato. So that's like saying I would like. Ich hat Gernain is like I would like. I'm not pronouncing the bottom part, the last word I know for sure correctly, but she's really nice and helped, taking her time, pronouncing it multiple times with me and stuff. And so I was just telling her about, where I'm from and what I'm doing. And she actually didn't know about the international school that we were at that day. So I told her a little about the school. So I was teaching her about the school, and what I'm doing here, and kind of the programs, of studying abroad, because she's from the Netherlands and stuff. So she thought it was cool that I was, staying in the Netherlands and stuff, and still exploring a little, outside. So the same thing with her. I was uncomfortable in the beginning walking into Starbucks just because I really, really don't know German at all. So I just felt, almost embarrassed that I didn't know German. I felt bad that, they know English, but I don't know their language. And I'm in their country, too. I'm in their country. I should be speaking German to them, or at least trying. They shouldn't be, what's the word? They shouldn't be accommodating me, kind of a thing. It's just a nice thing to do. Or in America, I don't feel like people accommodate people who don't speak the language. We just say, well, they should speak our language. They're in our country. But I like that mentality that people have here in Europe, that it's, it's okay if you don't speak the language that the country you're in, they're going to help you. Because then that's what the barista Angie did, and the woman at the bookstore did. they helped me. I was uncomfortable because I'm in a foreign country by myself, walking around, and I was nervous because I didn't know their language, and I was feeling guilty that I didn't know, but they were very nice about it. They were very open about, sharing their language with me and teaching me, so I knew better, so I knew how then to, interact with them and stuff, which is nice. Where I wish, we did that in the U.S., because I feel like if someone doesn't speak our language, it's like, well, you go figure it out on your own. Where there it was, like, here, I'll help you. I asked for help. I asked, can you teach me how to, order my coffee? And it was like, of course, of course she helped me and stuff. So, they really made me feel like very welcome and stuff. Like made me feel like, I was a part of Aachen, and Aachen, was welcoming me, and it was, very nice. So, my nervousness and embarrassment kind of eroded away to kind of proudness that I was able to learn some of these, German words, but it was very nice.